No one announces the exact moment before a war truly begins. There is no countdown, no visible line between tension and ignition. Just a decision, in consequences that cannot be recalled. If the United States strikes first, the world will not only ask what happened, it will ask who benefits. Because in geopolitics, benefit is rarely obvious. The first move is not the end of a conflict, it is the opening signal in a longer game. A preemptive strike is framed as strength, decisiveness, control, the power to shape events rather than react to them. But the first strike also absorbs attention. It owns the headline. It becomes the center of global reaction. Supporters justify, critics mobilize, markets respond, allies calculate, rivals observe. Power begins to shift quietly in the background. Financial markets react instantly. Oil prices surge. Shipping insurance rises. Supply chains brace for disruption. Defense stocks climb. Volatility spreads beyond the battlefield. In the first hours, fear becomes currency. Energy exporters benefit from rising prices. Arms manufacturers benefit from escalation. Political factions benefit from urgency. Emergency authorities expand. Military budgets grow. War is not only a military event. It is an economic redistribution. But beyond economics lies narrative control. The side that strikes first must defend the justification. It must explain why escalation was necessary. In the court of global opinion, perception matters as much as firepower. Initiating force carries diplomatic cost. Iran, historically, has relied on asymmetric strategy, proxies, regional influence, cyber operations, patience. It does not need conventional parity. It needs endurance. If struck first, it can reposition itself as reactive rather than aggressive. That shift reshapes diplomacy. Neutral nations that tolerate tension often respond differently to visible escalation. The initiator absorbs scrutiny. The responder can frame itself as resisting pressure. Meanwhile, other global powers watch closely. China studies supply chain vulnerabilities. Russia observes alliance cohesion. Regional actors measure opportunity. A first strike reveals thresholds, red lines, and strategic priorities. Information is exposed, and information is leverage. There is also the domestic dimension. External conflict can temporarily consolidate internal unity. Political opposition softens, national security narratives narrow debate. Leadership appears decisive, but unity built on urgency is fragile. If escalation continues, economic pressure follows. Fuel prices rise. Inflation responds. Public fatigue grows. The perception of strength can shift into questions about sustainability. Who benefits then? Defense contractors operate on long timelines. Extended instability justifies expanded procurement. Technology firms tied to surveillance and cybersecurity grow under the banner of protection. Moments of crisis often accelerate institutional expansion. Authorities granted in emergency conditions rarely disappear completely. Energy markets add another layer. The Strait of Hormuz becomes leverage. Even the threat of disruption can reshape global oil flows. Producers outside the conflict zone gain from sustained price volatility. A first strike can accelerate economic fragmentation, alternative trade routes, parallel financial systems, deeper sanctions regimes. Stability narrows. Multipolar alignment strengthens. Militarily, the United States holds overwhelming conventional superiority. The opening exchange would likely demonstrate technological dominance. But modern conflict is rarely decided in its opening phase. Endurance determines strategic outcome. Iran's leverage lies in geography, regional networks, proxy forces, and cyber capabilities. A first strike does not erase these layers, it activates them. The battlefield disperses, shipping lanes, energy corridors, digital infrastructure, regional allies. Escalation spreads horizontally, not just vertically. The deeper question is not who wins the first exchange, it is who shapes the long-term environment that follows. Does a strike deter future aggression? Or does it normalize escalation as policy? Does it reinforce alliances, or quietly strain them? Does it secure dominance, or accelerate strategic overextension? In geopolitics, sustainability often outweighs spectacle. Strength is not only the ability to strike, it is the ability to absorb consequences without weakening internally. A first strike tests economic resilience, alliance cohesion, domestic stability, and long-term strategy all at once. There is also the silent beneficiary, volatility itself. Financial actors profit from uncertainty. Political movements leverage crisis. Institutions expand under the justification of security. Instability creates openings. Instability is unknown to it. Not all of them are visible. So when asking who benefits, the answer becomes layered. Short-term actors benefit from chaos. Strategic competitors benefit from overextension. Systems built around defense and energy benefit from prolonged tension. And the initiator carries the burden of justification. A first strike may achieve immediate tactical objectives, but strategic outcomes unfold over years, not days. The most dangerous assumption in global conflict is that visible strength guarantees strategic advantage. Sometimes, the actor who appears restrained gains diplomatic leverage. Sometimes escalation accelerates shifts already underway. Sometimes the real consequences are economic and structural, not military. So pause. If a strike happens tomorrow, what changes permanently? Who gains financially? Who gains politically? Who gains strategically? And who quietly adapts while attention focuses elsewhere? Wars are rarely defined by the first explosion. They are defined by the systems that expand in its aftermath. Look beyond the headline. Trace the incentives. Watch who grows stronger as tension rises. And then consider carefully, if the United States strikes first, is the objective dominance? Or does the strike trigger a chain reaction that reshapes power in ways no one fully controls? The surface answer may feel obvious. The deeper answer requires attention. And attention, in moments like these, is